to get some tips on your midterm exam. So I am going to send out the link now through Blackboard and see if anybody joins us before we get started. The webcast is live. Hope to join us. Use this Hangout link. All right. Let's see here. Do we have anybody joining us? One viewer. Hello. Let me see if I can. Here we go. All right. I've got one viewer. If you would like to introduce yourself, you can enter something in the chat message and say, hi, this is Sarah, or you could exit like you just did. All right, let me set my settings here. Nope, that's not it. Okay. Well, if I have anyone come to the webcast, then I will start talking about the exam. So I'm just going to say hello to who is here. Would you like to ask a question? Someone keeps coming in and out, but I don't know who it is. All right. Well, let me just tell you a little bit about the midterm exam. If you are trying to prepare, there are a couple of things that you need to know in an online class. The first thing that is most important about the midterm is that you need a secure internet connection. So if you email me and say, Miss Rowe, my internet broke or kicked me out of the test, I'm not going to reset the exam for you, so you'll be out of luck. So I recommend taking the exam on campus somewhere or somewhere where you have a good connection. Do not take it on your phone or using kind of a spotty internet connection because that can be very frustrating. The second thing that can be helpful with your exam is to review the quizzes, and you can look at, you should be able to see the quizzes on Blackboard. If you cannot see them, at least look at the scores that you got for each of the chapters, and then that will help you to notice which sections you need to study more. So if you did a good job on that particular quiz, then you're probably moving in the right direction. The third thing that you want to think about are the particular assignments that you had. And so in this class, we just did the iMessages assignment, and so you will see some questions about assertive messages on the test. In this class, you did do a cultural dimensions assignment where you had to look at those different layers of culture. You will see some of those questions on the test. And we talked a lot about self-concept, self-esteem, perceptions of others, how those things are formed. And so you will have some questions around those on the test. Consider your listening skills and things like that. The fourth thing that you want to think about is that you are able, right? So it's not cheating to use your textbook or your notes. That is fine. I'm okay with you doing that. But the test is timed, so you have 90 minutes to complete the test. So it's important that you prepare in advance and you don't plan on looking up every answer to the question. The questions are randomized and appear one at a time, and so if you're trying to look them up or go back, and that can take extra time, that can be frustrating. And so you want to make sure that you are comfortable with the material enough that you're not having to look up every question, or you have some kind of system that helps you to look back up the questions that you were uncertain about when you were taking the exam. What is cheating, however, is sharing your answers or your test with other people, or taking the test as a group with other people in the class. So please only do your own work and don't allow other people to see what you are doing. One of the things that makes that a little bit more important is that the questions are random, and so there is a large test pool, and so everybody is not going to have the same exact test. So if you are taking it with other people, you're not going to see the same questions at the same time, and so so please do not do that. Just do your own work, and that will help you out in the class. So review your PowerPoints. Those are going to point out the most important terminology for you to focus on. And if I were you, I would have your PowerPoints available so you're not clicking back and forth on different screens, and sometimes that can mess up your test and things like that. But anything that you would have that you would want to look at for the test, that you would have it printed out in front of you so that you are not having to navigate multiple screens and accidentally X out of your test or something like that. Also, I would recommend completing the midterm course reflection first before you take the test, because that's going to force you to think back around all of the things that we've already discussed so far this semester and consider what things are most important to you, what things are most challenging to you, and what you still want to work on. And so if you do that first, that's going to push you to get further into that course material, which will prepare you for the test even more. So I recommend you doing that first and the test second, but it's up to you when you want to do that. I see I have 2 viewers on here that have not added any chats or questions, so I'll pause there and just see if anybody has any questions for me. All right. Well, I'm not getting any questions, and I have offered the insights that I have for the exam for you. So I'm going to log off now. If you would like to ask me any direct questions about the exam, you are welcome to email me, and I will try to help you out as much as I can. Thanks. Have a great day.